Okay, so we're back in action, and yeah, so I was saying the T for depth. That would be something that I would do there with that thumb in order to avoid the tangent line. Tangent lines are basically lines that are residing, or they happen to be at the same place, and for animation they kill depth. For graphic design, they are always looking for tangent lines. You can see them all the time in logos, because that would make the logo look better. The design just feels better. That the whole thing was thought out and just feels that everything's like in that tangent line. For animation, it's not good. And the basic example that we have from a book that I know, it's basically the guy that there's a door all the way in the background, and then there's one guy like in the foreground, like this. And this is the same example that they have in the book. So here's a guy, and then just by having something like this, you kind of like assume that he's closer. There's distance between the door and then this guy. And then a tangent line would be like this guy would be, the nose would be actually somewhere here. So this is making now a tangent line with the door, and that kills the depth. This now it seems like that, and that kills it. So we try to either have a guy somewhere here, as I drew him at the beginning, like somewhere there, or you have the guy like somewhere that is completely overlapping that door, and again that depth ingredient comes back. So that would be the same for this one. Try to have the thumb somewhere overlapping like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and then just more. It's nice that you have all the bones. And again, from the bones, I never just I guess learn the bones by heart. It's just mainly to see which ones are in the surface and which ones are affecting the skin. Like this one right there. Which one's that one? So that would be like somewhere here. And then those are the things that you gotta be able to relate. So that's pretty awesome, to know these things. That there's one more, would be like one more right there, and then that's why you get this one and then that one. And that's basically it. Like once you know the bones that are affecting the surface, combined with the muscles, then your drawing would be looking better, because now you understand it. That would be the main thing. Yeah. So this is looking good. Let me go to a different. Let's see. Yeah, one more hand from the top. Yeah, pretty awesome. You see, like this is great because it allows you to enhance or sharpen your observing or observation skills like that. And when I was doing all these assignments, it's almost like that Karate Kid movie that you like wax on, wax off, and then you don't see anything, you don't see any progress. We just done so many of these ones for 1 or 2 years, just going through all these assignments. You're like, oh, these things are so boring, or I'm not doing anything with these things. We never see the bones outside or anything like that. But then your drawing and mainly the observation skills are pretty awesome. Like before you know it, they would be so advanced. Yeah, like little things like this ones, just noticing all that. When the bone actually goes in and out. And again, this would be the main bone. Like that would be something that I would pay attention. Like you look at this one, and then that's that one. You gotta know that. For animation, we need to know, like this bone, which is, I think this is the name, if I can remember well, the radius, and then the other one right here, how they actually can allow the wrist to rotate. That's the main thing for that. Um, yeah, it seems that these ones, they need a bit more attention. These ones might be the scan that it actually seems a little bit skewed. But yeah, and then the thumb. This is a tricky one for me. How it actually rotates. So yeah, these ones are great exercises. Pretty much, this is fine arts. This is something that we might have in live drawing classes. What we wanna be able to achieve is that if you go to live drawing classes, that you don't go for painting, that we try to bring, an animation component or concept art, something that is more commercial art, because live drawing classes by itself for painters, they're great, but they kind of like different a little bit. So the teacher would be teaching you things in a different way than if you have um, a live drawing teacher that has been going through, through an animation. Oh, there's more. Excellent. Cool. Great stuff. Let's see one of the layouts here. Wow, that's cool. Look at this. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. I love this one. This one, now it just brings that element of imagination. I don't know if this one, like that world actually exists, but it looks amazing. And like right away I can see the foreground. This is pretty awesome. Mohammed, this is pretty cool. This is more like a window, and that's again something that we learn in animation. It's like having a window. It's like this, a typical window, like that. Just a window, and that would be the painting. Like the painting or the background stays paint, like the background stays there, and then you have like curtains. So those curtains, that would be the foreground, and that's awesome because you already have it here. What would be nice to have on this image, because of the height of the perspective and the horizon line that you have right there, it seems to me that you might be able to get something on the foreground that allows that depth. So you can have, I'm blocking the boat though, but if you can have, let's say, kind of like I don't know, could be kind of like a balcony right there. That would be nice. Oops, trying to make it a straight line. You can have, I don't know, see, like something like that. And then this is kind of like too far away, but this is supposed to be the handrail. Just drawing really fast, and then these things would be even better. Another idea is that because this is so close, would be that you get, you get maybe kind of like the edge of a wall here. See, like this would be the wall right there, and then this is kind of like yeah, kind of like a window. So you're kind of like stepping to the edge of the balcony or the window, and you can see all that. You would actually do it in a way that you don't block that boat, or composition wise, we might need to move this one like somewhere here, so the boat now it's somewhere here, because if you add the balcony, that's going to be blocking the boat. So yeah, something that goes along those lines, something that makes more sense with the perspective. That would be the main thing, because imagination wise, I think this is great. You see, like you want to say, where are these things hanging from? This is there a ceiling? How high is that ceiling? Do you need to show the ceiling a little bit? So those are the things that we need to solve for production, because this thing is going to get recreated in 3D, and we gotta have something that it's close to reality. It doesn't have to be real, but it has to be believable. Remember, the Mini Cooper. Really, that's awesome. This is quite a jump. I don't know how you did this one. I'm not even sure if this is a 3D model and you just kind of like painted over that, but this is pretty cool. Yeah, it seems to me that might be a 3D CG model, so I'm gonna skip that one because I'm not sure what it is. Let's see. Is this Johnny Depp? Nice. See, I don't know if it's Johnny Depp, but if it is, there you are. It works. That's awesome. Yeah, all these ones are live drawing exercises. They're great. Let's see now something different. That vehicle. Yeah, and I can see that now you're throwing lines for this. You have this is one vanishing point. You want to have for something like this, you want to have two vanishing points. So you're going to have this one, and you want to have something else. So again, what I would do right here is that the basic stuff that I would do would be like throwing a line and then throwing. You can do a couple of things. You go for random vanishing points, and then you just make them cross and connect, like that. And then you're gonna have somewhere here the Let me actually get one more with the same color. Let's see, like this one, somewhere there. So now you're gonna have this. So you can have a cube right here, and in that cube, it's gonna give you the angle that you need for that. So if I keep on throwing the vanishing points with that red marker, this now goes like that, this goes like this, this goes like that. So now you have more vanishing points that are going to help you with that. And then once you have that angle like this one, let me cut.